Good morning. This week's devotion is What Does God Want? This week I'm preaching on the Beatitudes from Matthew and the passage from 1 Corinthians, but I think the Old Testament lesson is one of the most important scriptures in the Bible, right up there with John 3:16. So I'm going to do our devotion on that. When I look at the world around me today, it seems like most people have either forgotten or purposely overlooked this passage. So listen carefully as I read Micah 6:6-8. With what shall I come before the Lord, and bow myself before God on high? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, or 10,000s of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God. There seems to be very little justice in our world today. The meek are trampled on. The poor are oppressed. The least of these are victims of hatred and prejudice and violence. People seem to think that to get ahead in life, you need to put others down. We are left with hatred, prejudice, violence, and injustice. I can't stand to watch the news anymore because it's all violence. Where is justice today? Now, there are some standing up for it, and they risk being beaten and arrested or even killed just for standing up for what is right. Where is kindness? Instead of holding the door for the person behind them, they shove them out of their way to go through first. Kind words are often met with snide remarks. No one seems to care about their neighbors as long as they get what they want and they get it ahead of you. Humility seems to have become a dirty word. Our society equates being humble with being weak. It is something that should be avoided. But not only are these the qualities that God requires of us, these are the very same qualities that were found in Jesus. He was humble, kind, and compassionate, but he also stood up for justice. When he saw people taking advantage of the poor in the temple courtyard, he overturned the tables of the money changers. When he saw a woman about to be stoned, he got between her and their violence. He not only risked his life for what is right, he died for it. And we are called to be like him. One of the best examples I have seen of following this scripture was Fred Rogers. Mr. Rogers was always kind and humble, but he also made sure that he stood against injustice. He shared a wading pool with an African American when most pools were still segregated. He upheld and valued children with handicaps when they were usually shoved to the side. He championed the rights of the least of these, and many people made fun of him for it. In my senior high school yearbook, the yearbook staff thought it would be funny to caption my senior candid picture with, "Yes, I do date Mr. Rogers." They meant it to be mean, and it hurt at the time. But today I consider that a badge of honor because they saw in me the same kind of humble nature as Fred Rogers. Today, I would find that the highest praise I could receive. I hope today's society continues to look down on me because they see that I do justice and love kindness and walk humbly with my God. As the children's hymn by Kathleen Thomerson says, I want to walk as a child of the light. I want to follow Jesus. If we all tried to strive for justice and humbleness and kindness, the world would be a much better place. Have a blessed week.